A lot of times I hear that this is too good to be true.
Yeah, that's what kind of
But
sounds.
but it's not. And here's it even gets better. There's no enrollment fees, and we don't enter you into a contract.
I'm here with George Urciuoli. He is a representative of Legal Shield in New York State. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chris. Good to be here.
Can you tell us what Legal Shield is exactly?
Well, Legal Shield is going to be 50 years old next year.
Mm,
They provide legal services for individuals and small business owners, as well as identity theft protection.
okay. And how long have you been involved in it?
Just about 4 years now.
Can you tell us, George? I mean, obviously, you did some things before you did that. I understand that you yourself were a small business owner.
I had a small business for about 20 years. That's pretty much about 20 years ago. At its height, we had 28 employees. When I came across Legal Shield and found out that they had a small business plan, I could really identify with the pains of a small business owner, having been there. So that's what intrigued me about the service. And the more I looked into it, the more I felt it just made sense
Yeah.
for a business owner to have.
What you do then is you basically extol the merits of having that. You talk to small businesses all the time. I mean, how's your clientele look for you yourself? How many clients do you have at this point for with your Legal Shield practice?
Well, it's been building very rapidly now, especially with the pandemic.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
my clientele is, well over 100,
Mm-hmm.
but I also have a team of people who also represent Legal Shield as well.
Okay.
And so it gets, much bigger from that.
You have a team, so there's a hierarchy there. Sounds like you're. Are you? What's the word? I want to say director, or how does that go?
Yeah, actually, Chris, I am a director.
Oh, I got that right.
So you nailed that one perfectly. That was a good job.
So that's good. So how many on your team again? Did you say?
I have 67 on the team currently.
Wow. Okay. And I think my friend Steve Blanchard is one of those, right?
Absolutely is. And as a
Yeah.
matter of fact, he just got a promotion the other day. He's now a senior associate.
Well, good for him. I know him. He deserves it.
He's a great guy.
Your fees and your fee structure, it differs a lot from, say, your average $300 an hour lawyer, whatever fee they charge. But people are always going to ask, and I'm curious too, and I haven't heard this articulated. Are the services any different from you go out and get a $300 an hour lawyer or you use Legal Shield?
I want to say there's no comparison because of what you get with Legal Shield.
Right.
At the same time, I'm not trying to displace or offend the law firms that are out there. It's a little different because for the $300 an hour lawyer or law firm, you get that hour and you get that particular law firm. On the other hand, with Legal Shield, you pay a monthly fee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use a fee of $170 an hour, a month. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you pay a fee of $170 a month. That's almost half of an hour of a law firm.
Yeah.
But
okay.
you have it on a full monthly basis, and you can get unlimited advice and consultation
On any legal matter?
on any legal matter. And you're only calling the same law firm, regardless of whether you're calling about real estate issue or an employee issue. You're going to talk to somebody who specializes in real estate,
Right.
or you're going to talk to somebody who specializes in labor law.
Okay. I got it. You mentioned the team a while back. You said there's 67 on the team. How do you go about building the team? How do you recruit, and how do you do that? Do people come to you, or do you actively solicit? How does that work?
Well, I do a lot of networking in different types of networking groups.
Right.
One that I like to network in is Ripple Effects. It's been very beneficial. What's happened with the pandemic, it's kind of changed the playing field a little bit, because now with Zoom, you and I are belly to belly, and I can do the same conversation with somebody on the West Coast.
Yeah, I know.
Where before it would have been a little more difficult, because now everybody's used to a video platform.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to communicate with people and actually see the reactions and share information via the share screen function.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it a lot easier to help people out. The main purpose, I like to approach it this way. I want to inform the small business owner that the legal services are available, that there is a significant option, an affordable option for them, because times are tough. I read somewhere that the economist said, since the pandemic, over 100,000 businesses have permanently closed.
Yeah. That's
Uh, and in some cases, they just didn't have good advice, legal advice to drop back on, and they're reluctant to pick up the phone and reach out.
Is that based on pride, you think, or what? Why would they not want to reach out? They may not
Uh,
know. They think they can't afford it or something. Is that it?
Yeah, a survey that was done just about a year ago, as a matter of fact, the response that came back overwhelmingly, the small business owners said they cited the fact that they couldn't afford it. They could not afford to pick up the phone to get advice. You're not looking to take action against somebody or somebody's taking action against you. You
Right.
simply need good, sound advice that somebody's going to back up what they're telling you.
Yeah, true. Wow. That's amazing. This is why your word needs to get out about Legal Shield, because that would save a lot of small businesses. You were telling me before we came live here that with the first of the year in 2021 right now, Legal Shield has updated a lot of their small business guidelines and things that they do. Can you give us some detail on that?
Sure. Prior to the first of the year, the way we categorized small businesses were business of 10 or less employees,
Right.
50 or less employees, or 100. We're always capped at 100 or less employees.
Mhm.
Now, what Legal Shield has done is they've changed the formatting or categories of the small business owner. Now it's based on need. So we have 3 different plans, and they go up based on the need of the business as to what the functions they need or the services they need. And now there's no cap on the number of employees. We can offer this to a company that has 300 employees.
That's good.
It doesn't matter because it's a need rather than the classification of number of employees.
That's good. That is a very needed upgrade, I would say.
Absolutely. One of the other upgrades that they've done is part of the plans, across the board, you get document or contract review. And this is so important, especially now, because almost every document you sign is going to have some sort of pandemic clause, put into it. It's advantageous for a business owner before they put their name on it is to have an attorney review it on their behalf.
Right.
If you look at it this way, the entity you're going to enter to do business with, that document was prepared by an attorney to protect their interest. Makes sense. But as you sign it, who's looking out for your interest? And that's where you can just send it into the Legal Shield attorney and they'll review it on your behalf.
Okay.
But now we've had requests for companies that wanted to create their own document. So now part of the service, they will craft an original document for you, whether it's a contract agreement with vendors or an employee handbook.
Right.
So that's something that can be added to the plan. So it becomes very beneficial.
And this is all for that 170 a month.
The 170 a month is the highest plan.
Okay. Tell me about
the lower plan is $50 a month.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So between the basic essential plan and the pro plan, there's $120 difference. So Chris, the 3 plans that Legal Shield offers, the essential plan, which is $50 a month, the plus plan, which is $100 a month, and then the pro plan, which is $170 a month.
And there's obviously more services you get. The 170 is the max. It never goes higher than 170, like at all.
Nope.
That's the one. That's a no-brainer. This whole thing is a no-brainer. Everything about Legal Shield sounds like no-brainer to me.
The thing, a lot of times I hear that this is too good to be true.
Yeah, that's what kind of it sounds.
But it's not. And here's it even gets better. There's no enrollment fees for the plans, and we don't enter you into a contract
to
maintain the plans. So it's a month-to-month agreement.
So if I call you and need help, I could give you $50, and that might be all I ever give you.
It could end up that way.
Theoretically.
All
right. There are a lot of the, you said 67 on your team. How many of those are exclusively doing Legal Shield, and how many are using it as maybe what you call a side hustle?
I would say the majority are using it as a side hustle.
Okay.
There's maybe added at 67, maybe there's 12 of us that pretty much do it full time. I don't call it full time. I just say all the time.
All the time. Okay, that makes sense. What kinds of client people do you get as clients? It could be really anybody, anywhere that needs anything legal. Could be salespeople, automobile salesmen, or just salesmen in general, or entire businesses, entities?
Well,
Or
when you say clients, you mean to buy the plans or to become an associate? There's two different groups there.
clients, as in people that need Legal Shield services.
I want to say that everybody needs legal protection,
Right.
especially in today's environment. And I think COVID has really put the spotlight on that because individuals or business owners, people have come up against landlord-tenant issues.
Oh, okay.
And again, we all, as part of life, sign documents all the time. I'll speak for myself. I very seldom read the document. I just sign away. And even if I did read it, I probably wouldn't understand the legalese in it anyway.
Yeah.
And there's always a clause or a phrase somewhere along the line that could, end up putting you in a corner somewhere.
Yeah. Is there any kind of training? I mean, if someone says, "Hey, I'm very interested in helping people with Legal Shield and being involved as kind of like Steve Blanchard was or is now," and anybody who wants to join Legal Shield, is there a training process that you would put them through, or how would that play out? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have training in your first couple of days. We have a pretty intensive 2-hour course, and there's always continuous training. We have a series of modules. Every aspect of the business, there is training about some of the most successful people in Legal Shield who have kind of been there, done it, really share their success stories and show you how to do it. You don't have to recreate the wheel again.
No. I'm going to use myself as an example. Just say, as a side hustle, I'm going to do Legal Shield. Just say. So I would go through the 2-hour course to start with. Would I just basically look for people that need legal help and then turn them over to you, say, or how would a person work that?
First of all, if you signed up with me, I'd be your mentor.
Okay.
Part of the idea is we don't make any money signing up people to sell Legal Shield.
Okay.
My income comes from you being successful.
Okay, got it.
In helping other people. And, don't forget, there's 2 plans we have: identity theft protection, which I also feel everybody should have, and Legal Shield protection. On the individual side, about 70% of the people in the country don't have a will, as an example. And part of our personal Legal Shield plan, you can get your will done for the cost of the plan. And that plan's only $24.95.
What does it cost to go to a lawyer and get a will done? Just a straight out lawyer.
It's probably somewhere between $750 to maybe $1,500 and up. It depends on your estate and what you need to get done.
And what did you just tell me your fee was?
$24.95 a month. So it comes out to a little over $280.
Shout it from the rooftop.
It's one of those things that in getting a will done, it's a very personal thing. It's we're all going to live forever. That's not reality. It's a very simple process to get it done. Most of the work can be done right from your phone on an app that's on your phone.
Right.
And then the lawyer reaches out to you and goes over it, and we get it finalized, and they send you the documents.
Wow. Why do you suppose that I hadn't heard of Legal Shield until I started networking in ripple effects, such as you're doing? It's like all of a sudden, and I met you. I remember, I think I met you at a different place, that thing in Saratoga, the referral group. I forgot the name.
Gold Star.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, there are nice people there. And I heard you talking about that, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. Do you find that's the case? A lot of people just don't know about it. They think they have to go to these law firms that are going to cost them a lot more money. I guess that's one of the reasons I wanted to help you with this, to get the word out.
Right. And you're right. Well, first of all, people don't go around looking for legal services. It's not like we're not in a category of Amazon or Uber or, any of those. We do direct selling, of the service. It's a person-to-person selling platform.
Right.
And, in the business environment, it's easy for me to talk to a business owner because they see the benefits, they get it, and it's helping them protect and potentially help them grow their business and to stay in business at the same time.
Yeah.
It takes a little time.
Legal Shield help you start your own business? So if you've got an idea and you want to start a business, there's lots of financial resources out there. And I've talked to a few serial entrepreneurs that do that. But as far as Legal Shield goes, there are legal things you should be aware of when you start a business as well, right?
Absolutely. We have a product called Launch, and that product is $149, flat fee, not a month. It's to help you decide whether you need a DBA, Subchapter S, an LLC. You talk directly to an attorney.
Right.
They'll help you decide which one of those business platforms you should start your business in. At the same time, you get 3 months of legal services.
Oh.
So let's say in that first month, you're going to do a Subchapter S. They'll help you prepare all the paperwork, and then they'll send you the document. All you have to do is file it. But now you still have 2 more months of legal services that you can use.
Is that for that flat fee of $149, you said?
$149. It's a flat fee.
Shout this from the rooftops. I mean,
Absolutely.
shout all this. Yeah, from the rooftop. I mean, this is amazing. Just the cost is what scares people. And it really saddens me to hear you say that a lot of businesses shut down because they couldn't afford the advice they needed to maybe stay open, keeping it open and feeding their family and all of that stuff. And COVID was a bad thing for that. That's why I wanted to kind of bring you in and talk about that today.
In a recent survey via LinkedIn, 67% of the people who responded said the most important feature of our Legal Shield plan from a business owner's point of view is to get advice and consultation. One of the advantages of the Legal Shield model is once you call the law office, you'll get a call back within 4 hours. So you don't have to wait days and days and trying to get a response back. You'll get a response within a 4-hour time frame.
Wow.
And, part of the problem is, for the average person, for the average business owner that doesn't have an ongoing relationship with a law firm or a retainer with a law firm to call in to get that one question or one issue resolved, they're basically put to the end of the list, because they're not an ongoing client of the law firm. Well, with Legal Shield, for the fee that we talked about earlier, you can afford to maintain, not a lawyer, you're maintaining a law firm.
Okay.
To help protect you.
So for one of those 3 monthly tiers that you mentioned,
right?
50, 100, or 170.
Right.
George, I want to ask you a couple of non-business questions. What's your favorite movie?
The Red Violin.
I've not she that. I guess you'd recommend it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Who's in that?
I see. I don't even remember. Wait, I gotta ask my wife. Hold on a minute. She doesn't remember.
Oh, never mind. It's all right. Another question. If time was not a factor, as in if you had a time machine, what person, famous or non-famous or family member, would you like to go back in time and have coffee with or have a conversation with? Anybody in history, in your history?
That would be my father. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough time with him since he passed away at a very early age.
That was mine too, actually, when I asked myself that question. George Urciuoli, thank you very much. It's been great hearing about Legal Shield. And we're going to shout this from the rooftops. I keep saying that, but people need to know about this and what a great service it is. The cost factor is what's involved, and you still get the same services that you might get with a law firm. So, George, thank you very much for enlightening everybody today.
And Chris, thank you for the opportunity.
It's been my pleasure. This whole thing is a no-brainer. Everything about Legal Shield sounds like no-brainer to me.
Well, the thing, a lot of times I hear that this is too good to be true.